So today I'm going to be showing you how to make these cute little ruffle anklets. These are actually adult sizes, so yeah, they're really fluffy and so yeah, these are adult sizes, and I do have all the measurements in the description down below. So let's go ahead and get started. So the material that you're going to need to make these is tulle that's on the spool like this. It's 6 inches wide. And ribbon, and I'm using 7/8 of an inch wide ribbon. You can use the 1.5 inch, or you can use whatever width size ribbon that you want. It just depends on how thick you want the ribbon to look on the ruffle anklets. So that's what I'm using for this. These are going to be for adult. These are adult sized ruffle anklets. So I'm using 8 yards of tulle and ribbon for each ruffle anklet. So since I'm using 3 colors, I'm using 8 feet for each color to make 8 yards for the entire ruffle anklet. So I'm using, for each ruffle anklet, it's going to be 8 yards. So it would be 8 feet of white, 8 feet of green, and 8 feet of red. So you just have to like divide, you know, however many colors you're going to use. If you're just going to use one color, then just use the 8 yards of just that one color. But if you're gonna do multiple colors and stuff like that, then yeah, you just divide it and do math. I know math's not fun, but yeah, you gotta do some math. So yeah, and then I did the same amount of feet I did for the tulle is what I used for the ribbon as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I have my strip of the tulle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half, like this, hot dog ways. And we are going to stitch along the side that's folded. And I'm making it maybe about like 5/8 casing for the elastic. And I do have red thread inside my sewing machine because I'm using red right now, so we're going to sew all the red and then we'll switch the thread out. And on the ends, when you start and finish, just make sure you backstitch. And we're going to sew it all the way down on all the red tulle pieces, and just to make the casing for the elastic. And keep folding and making sure that it's even as you're going down. So now we're going to get the ribbon, and we're going to heat seal the ends so that it doesn't fray. You just do that with a lighter. And then we're going to put the pretty side face down in your sewing machine. And then you're going to get the side of the tulle, like this side is the side that I had sewn the casing on. So on the other side, that's the side that we're going to be sewing the ribbon on. So bring it, bring the tulle and place it over on top of the ribbon, and we're going to go ahead and stitch it down. This is very similar to making like the ribbon trimmed tutu. It's actually basically the same concept, but I will have all the measurements for like the infants, the toddlers, the children, the kids, and the adults for the ruffle anklets in the description down below, so you guys get the sizes based off of what you're going to be making them for. So you're going to go ahead and do the back stitch at the beginning, and then we're going to go ahead and sew all the ribbon onto the tulle. Now if you run out of ribbon, Don't sew all the way to the end. Leave about maybe a half an inch or so, and then get your other piece of ribbon. This is what I do to, like, if the ribbon is too short, or if you're adding other colors or something. This is how you attach more ribbon to your ribbon if you don't have enough. So you're gonna go ahead and place it under the tulle, and then overlap it on the ribbon, maybe about half an inch or so, and then just keep sewing and make sure it lines up. So this is what it's going to look like when you finish. It's going to have the casing here at the top, and then it's going to have the ribbon here at the bottom. And so I finished the red for both the ruffle anklets. So this is one, the other one I have back there. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the green. So I'm going to switch out my thread to green so I can go ahead and start sewing the green. And then once I get done with all the colors, then I'll show you what the next step is. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and put the elastic through to make the little anklets. And these are 8 inches wide, and it's 1/4 of an inch thick elastic. And like I said, you can use whatever size would fit through your casing. But I find this one is the most comfortable on the person's ankles. So for the adult size, I'm using 8 inches. Like I said, I'll put all the measurements in the description down below. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and put the safety pin on one end of the elastic like this. You're also going to need like some sort of clip or something to put on the other end. And we're going to do green first, then white, then red. Okay, so you're going to get the pin, the safety pin, and slip it through one end, and you're going to go ahead and pull it. And I just like to push it through until it gets close to the end like that. You don't want it to go all the way over through the end. So I just like fold it over, and then I just clip it like this. So that way it doesn't come out the other end. And then you're just going to, like I said, it's the same thing as a ribbon trim tutu. You're just going to push all the tulle onto the elastic, and then just push it, or onto the safety pin, and then push it onto the elastic. And you're just going to keep doing that until you get each color all the way onto the elastic. And it's going to get all bunched up, and we'll fix it as soon as we get it all on there. So just keep pushing it on. And I like to try to push it all the way to the end. Cause see how it's like, yeah, just so you can get the other colors on there. So I just take it and I just push it all the way to the end. You don't want to push too hard because you don't want to knock off this clip and then it all comes out the other end, because you would have to start all over again. So get it all on there like this, and then we're going to do our next color. So the way you just do your next color is you just go ahead and grab the next color. Make sure the ribbon is all going in the same direction. Like I'm putting it on there with the pretty side of the ribbon face up. And I did that with the green, so I'm going to go ahead and do that with the white. Make sure that the pretty side is face up, or make sure it's all at least facing the same direction. You don't want it flipped this way or that, because like on the other end, the tulle, you'll see the tulle on there. So we're going to go ahead and do the next one. And just keep feeding it all through until you get all the colors on there. So I went ahead and stitched the elastic together. This elastic's really thin, so what I do is I just glue, like I overlap it like about 1/2 inch or so, and I glue the 2 ends down, and then I just hand stitch it. You can actually put it through the sewing machine, but since this is so big and fluffy, it's not that easy to do. So I just usually hand stitch over like a few, like hand stitch it a few times. It just makes it so much easier. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna find which side is the bottom. Okay, so this side is the top. So we're just going to even out everything, because it's all bunched up on one side. So we're just going to take the red and the green, and we're going to pull it in this way, and then make sure that the white is spread out as well. So just going to go ahead and spread all that out. Let me get this green over here. Just try to make it look as even as possible. Doesn't have to be like completely perfect, since it is just like a big ball of fluffiness. Yeah, so just going around, and you can use whatever color elastic you want. It's not like it's really going to be shown, because like I said, they're going to be wearing it and it's going to be like this, bunched up like this. So now what I like to do is I like to go through and just kind of straighten out the ribbon, because sometimes the ribbon, like right here, you can see it like flipped. So we got to flip it back the other way. Sometimes the ribbon gets a little flipped. So, and then you can just kind of like mess with it so that way it's not too loopy on one side or on one end or one area. And then what I also do is that you can go ahead and just glue these things together, which is what I like to do. I like to glue them together so that way like one doesn't like come up and stick up like this and it, you know, looks funny. So I go ahead and I glue all these things here together, and then I fix all of the loops and make it look even and cute and fluffy and fun. So I'll show you what it looks like as soon as I'm done fluffing everything up. And there you go. They're all finished. So this is what they look like, and you just put them like on your ankles, like over your shoes, over your socks or whatever. I find these so much better than the ones that are actually attached to the socks, because those are kind of difficult to make. And plus you wouldn't be able to really wash them. You would have to hand wash those. So I like these better because you can put them, they're easier to make for one, and two, you can put them over socks, like on top of socks, so they look like ruffle socks, but you can take them off and then just wash your socks. So yeah, they came out so cute. Like I said, these are they're gonna be matching a tutu that I'm making for a customer, which is an adult. So I do make tutus for adults as well as children, and these are the adult ruffle anklets. And yeah, so I'll put the measurements in the description down below, and then also in the description I'll have a link to like my Facebook page, my Etsy, my Instagram, like TikTok and all that. I do sell these, so you can go to my Facebook page or like my Etsy or something, and you can message me, or Instagram, and you can message me, and then you can place an order if you want to. So yes, I do sell them. So yeah, all those links will be in the description down below. So I just wanted to thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment down below, subscribe if you guys haven't already, and I'll see you guys for the next tutorial.